questions after that.
I said it out there on the radio. Hopefully the fans heard me. We don't do today without them. Whatever it was, just over 2,100. We felt them, we heard them, especially as we clawed our way back in the game. But ultimately, super proud of just staying the course, sticking with it. It was a sloppy, ugly 3 quarters. I told the team after the game, like, when you go through a stretch that we just went through, you lose 4 games in a row, and we've been competitive but can't get over the hump. We get beat up pretty good at Georgia Tech. It's hard to convince them that they're still good, right, a confidence level. And I thought our attitudes were phenomenal the last 2 days, and even going into today. But you're just searching for, like, that spark. Where's that lighter just to hit that dang gasoline and explode? And we searched for it for 3 quarters, and not sold that I knew going into the game or would ever think that the way we played down the stretch would be what ignites us. But a couple awesome performances. Obviously, Raven Thompson, 17 and 11. I think that's her first double-double since being here with us. High in rebounds. A lot of different things. Selma Evans, I thought, gave us a lot of quality minutes. Mia did not play very good until she got aggressive there down the stretch. Anya gave us some minutes, but really Maddie Ott, one that number has not got called really at all in quality games. And so we just celebrated her. That's like why we do stuff like this. To be a coach, to have a kid like that who is in her senior year, came back, things haven't gone her way, and there's been no complaining, no pointing fingers. It's head down work, be an unbelievable teammate, and stay the course, and you never know. And today her number was called, and really I feel like that was the spark that got us going and got us over the hump. So long-winded opening statement, but super proud of that locker room.
You mentioned you were down double digits, that crawling back. What was that message entering the 4th quarter, and just what did that continuous fight to get to this comeback just say about the brand you're continuing to build here in year 1?
Yeah, it's just keep believing, right? Keep believing. You're not going to get it back in one possession. If I'm not mistaken, it helped we started with the ball and we got a layup. I think that's what had happened. And, we went zone there and got a couple stops. And then all of a sudden you could just feel like the confidence level, okay, here we go. Because we went through so much there defensively that we just let them get in rhythm. And that zone took them out of rhythm. And it almost gave our kids a confidence level because once we got stops, we were able to play fast. And then we spread them out. I mean, we went 5 littles there for majority of that stretch, which then what it did was it took away their ball screen coverage. Their ball screen coverage gave us fits all night long. And so all of a sudden we're just, in a sense, in dribble drive with 5 people. And it gave us driving lanes and we made some plays. So it was one play at a time, but just stay the course, right? And I think probably I was most proud of that we got it to within 5, if I'm not mistaken, when she called a timeout. And we've had that situation not coming down from 16, but there's been plenty of games in this building and in this league where we've been down 5 with 5 or 6 minutes to go. And we come out and we have 2 mental errors, and then all of a sudden it just snowballs and we end up losing by 12 or 15. And we got to that point, they called a timeout, and we still continue to execute and keep a positive mind out there to finish it out. Yeah, that we got unbelievable kids in there. I think that, you're trying to build a culture and you're trying to get them to believe. We got so many new faces, and you see their work every day. They do things the right way. I sleep well at night, and you want it so bad for them because they deserve it. And in moments like that, like I felt middle of the 3rd going into the 4th, I felt helpless at times, and you want it so bad. And so I'm glad that we were able to find a way to put them in a position to get a result like that, because that shows a resilience of who they are as people. And I think that can be a huge spark to push us forward. I really believe that.
And what about that success with Raven? You guys have such incredible history together in Chattanooga, and now getting to watch her succeed here tonight. Tell me about that feeling as a coach.
Yeah, so we lost to Georgia Tech on Sunday. And when we came back in, Monday's off, MLK Day, and we got in here Tuesday, and we didn't watch any film of Georgia Tech. In fact, I felt like 9 hours in the office with individual meetings, right, and met with every one of our kids between Tuesday and the beginning of Wednesday. And her specifically, she's got a tendency to beat herself up a little bit, and I've not done a good enough job as she's searching here at Clemson. At Chattanooga, I called her number, felt like every other play down the court. And so, if she was coached hard or she made a mistake, it didn't matter because the ball was coming right back to her and she had to be, a playmaker. And so as she sat in my office and really in tears because she wants it so bad, I looked at her and I said, do you know how good you've been? And I don't think she realized how good she had been for us leading up to that, and it was kind of that aha moment of I got you, coach, right? And I told her we got to find ways to get a couple possessions to you. And we did add a couple of sets for her. And so it's nice that, again, right, she stayed the course, but that's a kid that believes in me, right? She obviously was with me at Chattanooga. She chose here without any expectations of what this would look like. And for her to play a big, big piece speaks volumes, again, to just kind of who she is.
Coach, going back to Raven, after her crucial performance tonight, how was that big whenever Loyal had a quiet night?
Yeah, I mean, they kind of packed that pain again, and made it difficult for Loyal. Raven is such a mismatch. You can play her to guard. We got her down on the block quite a bit tonight, trying to get some mismatches because that is one thing we struggle sometimes. If Loyal can't get in the paint and score, how do we get paint touches, right? We don't have necessarily a back to the basket post that we throw it to a ton, and so Ray can kind of be that next version, and I thought that's what she was tonight. All while I am super proud of Loyal McQueen, who did not have her best night, but she stayed the course. I did not feel any bad body language, bad leadership while she struggled, and I think that's a big piece of how we turned it around. It's also she's in a good headspace to make a couple big plays down the stretch. So both of those, again, when Loyal's not going, who's the next, right? And I think that Ray can play a big piece of that.
Coach, 21 turnovers tonight, obviously huge to get a win with that many turnovers, but how do you clean that up?
Yeah, it's interesting. We came in the game and felt like it could be the other way around. They had not forced a ton, and they had kind of a history the last stretch of turning it over. And so I think we had 13 at half. It was an interesting halftime talk because I felt like so much of it was unforced. But they also were just crowding things, and we weren't seeing the floor fast enough. But some of that is we just got to think one play ahead. We can't have 21 turnovers and expect to win. Not many nights, especially because, again, our defense, we don't force a ton. I think we're like in the 300 and something in the country of turnovers forced. And so to think about, we got to take care of it. And it can't come in stretches. I think when they went on the run in the second quarter, it was like 3 straight turnovers from us. And so that's part of our defense is we can't give them transition and extra opportunities. So we got to clean it up, absolutely.
Coach, when that clock error happened at the end, you kind of had a little bit of an advantage to plot with your team. Can you put me into that huddle and tell me what you were saying to those girls with 55 seconds left and a 1-point difference?
Yeah, it really did. It saved me. I think I had 2 timeouts, and I didn't have to use any. In fact, I drew a play up, sent him out there, and that thing took so long, I brought him back and drew another play up. But really with that said was just, hey, right, wrong, or indifferent, right? Let's burn the clock a little bit here. We're going to go at 12. Whatever happens, we got to go get a stop, right? Make or miss in this possession. We're 1 stop away from ending this. And, I think – they competed. The ball bounced our way, though. I mean, they had 2 or 3 looks at it down there at their end. And then we finally get fouled. Ray makes her free throws. And, I mean, it was an unbelievable play by Haley to step through a trap with 2 seconds and even get it up in the air. And that thing went doot, and out. Now, obviously, that would have just tied it, but still, the ball kind of bounced our way. And I think it's kind of a credit you earned something like that. So really was just, finish this thing, right? Was do it the right way, and it did take a long time for sure.
Talked about getting that bounce to go your way, but for kind of most of that run, you didn't have many breaks go your way once again. What do you say to your team as the fouls and the calls aren't going your way every time?
You know what? We got warned, I think, a couple times over there. Our bench got warned for standing up, and then I got warned for telling them to stop watching the bench, and I didn't get a technical. I thought about it for a minute, to be honest with you, because I'm trying to find a way to spark us. But I think our team felt, right, that the coaches were over there fighting for them too. And you got to make things happen, right? We can't hope things happen. And I think we changed the mentality there because it was going. I think the other piece is our crowd did a good job of letting them know, including our courtside seats. I've never seen a ref turn around and look at a courtside seat as they're running down the other end of the floor. So maybe I let them do the work for me to get some calls on our side.
Any more questions?
Thank y'all so much for sticking around. This room's getting more and more people, and it means the world to me, to my program, and to us. And I want to let you guys know, anytime you want to come be a part of us, let me know. Practice, shoot-arounds, we are open book. This means a lot to me and to us, and it's how we're going to build this thing. So I want to make sure y'all know how appreciative and thankful we are for you guys being here. And make sure next time we get them some Clemson shirts. Got that?
Thank you.
All right, thank y'all so much. Go Tigers.